I guess today we're gonna do more hating on the Mavs. Screw it. That sound good to me. Or I guess Nico Harrison, JxmyHighroller with this was a generational mistake. He's gonna have a graph with Nico Harrison and Luka. I don't even know, bro. He gonna do something extravagant.
This is the 2024 Dallas Mavericks, a team that accomplished
what
many
to have that wide monitor. They used to make every video look stupid. Thank God.
Teams could only hope for. They made it to the NBA Finals. Now, if ever in this position, most organizations will just run it back the next season. Keep the same core group of players, possibly make a few tweaks here and there, but when it's proven to work.
Here's every trade made in history. Kyrie for, I don't know, Dorian Finney-Smith. And then if you go a little bit further right on this graph, you'll see Shaq for Lamar Odom. And then you go, and you know, it's rated by estimated wins added per minute played in life, a second lived. And then, oh, and here's what's a bad trade? Here's Harden for, I don't know, Harden for what's his name? Harden for Jeremy Lamb. Oh, and here's Luka, and he goes up to God. And then Jimmy goes up to the top right corner of my damn room.
The last thing you want is big, drastic changes. But not the Dallas Mavericks, because out of every big, drastic change you could possibly conjure up, they've gone through every single one of them. Out of the 14 players on this championship caliber team you see here, only 2 of them are currently active on their roster as we speak. The Mavericks had a winning.
And it's Dwight Powell. It's Dwight Powell and Dante Exum. You couldn't. They might as well sub in Jason Kidd.
Formula.
Even Mark Cuban. Even Mark Cuban gone.
Decided it wasn't enough. It is a mess around and find out of biblical proportions, and a trade that initially felt like the most shocking and inexcusable transaction in NBA history. That initially felt like the most shocking and
I want this picture. I need to get this picture somehow. I'm over here. You know what? Nah. I need to, like how I have this one. I need it right next to this one. Yeah, exactly. You have exactly, yo, DBGM. We like this. We like this. Did you see that 76ers have 96% of the payroll sideline right now? That makes sense, yeah. Because they pay Gershon Yabusele about $3 a game.
Inexcusable transaction in NBA history has somehow turned out to be.
Go back. I'm taking it.
Shocking.
Yeah, hold on. Give me this. Hold on. Don't worry. Use the snipping tool real quick. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Done.
Inexcusable transaction in NBA history has somehow turned out to be a whole lot worse.
Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't feel good about that.
Nope, 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 nope.
Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. Whether you're looking for concerts,
it's sponsored by Big Luka. Yeah. Yeah.
25 minutes. 25 measly little minutes. This is the total amount of time Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving played on the floor together this season. It was a marvelous 25 minutes and a glimpse at just how
it was so good. Yo, he was so good. I was sitting there. I think I tweeted out like, oh, they won. And obviously I'm joking. Oh, they won. But like, man, it would have been fun. It would have been really fun to see. And obviously AD's still going to play. I don't know where the hell they are in the standings now, but damn. Even if he sat out the month, came back, Kyrie was still, now Kyrie done. Like, okay, bro. Okay. It already looked bad because AD was out, but okay, bro.
Good Dallas could be in the post-Luka era. What would ensue over the next month is a series of events that would make even the most rational, level-headed sports fans believe in curses. 5 weeks ago, when the Mavericks traded away Luka Doncic, the general consensus was that Dallas was trading away their future to win now. How in a matter of 5 weeks they've sacrificed both is a tale that will be told for generations. Since trading away their golden ticket, Dallas has lost Anthony Davis for the rest of the season to a thigh injury. They lost Daniel Gafford to...
Did they actually say he's done for the season? I mean, it doesn't matter now, but is he actually done for the rest of the season? Why am I drawing a blank? I just remember Kyrie being done for the season. I thought AD was done for like the month or like a month. AD could be done. Depends. I guess it really doesn't. There's like a month. There is a month left. But he's been out now for, did it say February 6th? Damn, he's been out now. That was a month and, oh my God, that was a while ago.
To an MCL sprain in a 3-day span. They lost PJ Washington and Jaden Hardy to ankle injuries, Dante Exum to a foot injury, and Kyrie Irving out for the rest of the season after tearing an ACL. 70% of their rotation gone. And no generational super mega star to carry the load in the meantime. Under any other circumstance,
I know who y'all could bring back. I know who y'all could bring back. I know who y'all could bring back. Look at him, bro. He was so happy. He was so happy. He was having such a good time. How did you know? How did y'all know? I know who y'all could bring back, man. If y'all need a body, y'all need a hooper. I mean, he's out there. He's waiting. I'm just the messenger. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
A wave of injuries like this would be unbelievably bad luck. And that's really what it is.
I am on record saying I do think Frank will have a Dante Exum comeback. Frank about to put on 30 pounds, become a small forward, power forward, and pull back up in about a year. Maybe 2, maybe 4.
Sheer bad luck. But it sure doesn't feel like it. Now, I'm not a superstitious person.
Like
everything that happens can be attributed to some rhyme and reason, some cause and effect. But when you throw your franchise player out of the building and call him a fat, lazy heathen before slamming the door in his face, bad luck is gonna look a little bit more like retribution. And it is so much worse than we could have imagined. Last season, the Mavericks roster played a total of 18,134 minutes on the court. That's the combined minutes of every player on their roster throughout the regular season. As of this week, only 10% of those minutes are on their active roster. 10%. That means 90% of all minutes.
Brandon Williams, dude. If you're in a deep fantasy league, that man Brandon Williams look like he's been hooping lately.
It's from last season are not currently active or playing for the Dallas Mavericks. And many of these players will continue to be out for considerable time, if not the rest of the season. The returning 10% of playing time comes from their backup center, the 8th man.
Low-key, the craziest part about this is that Tim Hardaway Jr. played the second most minutes on their team last season.
And a man that's been on a 2-way contract for the last 2 seasons. If you have a Mavericks fan in your life, check on them. See how they're
traded Quentin Grimes
doing. Because what has happened to them and their team is criminal. The only consolation to the Luka trade was that at least for the near future, the Mavericks would be entitled.
When Luka's huffing and puffing up and down the court, going about 305 in 5 years, get back to me on this trade. The fat thing is real.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
That's real.
Title contention.
Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right, you know?
With Kyrie and Davis, that they would be winning games while the Lakers were prepping Luka to take the torch from LeBron before he retires. This couldn't be further from reality. From the start of the season to the infamous trade, the Lakers and Mavericks were just 1.5 points apart in net rating. Even without Luka in their lineup for over a month, Dallas was playing better than LA. But since Luka's first game with the Lakers, LA has the 7th best net rating in the NBA of +6.4, and the Mavericks have a net rating of -8.2. The 3rd worst in the entire league. The Lakers look like legitimate contenders right now, winning 12 of their last 15 games. The Mavericks can hardly field a full roster at the moment. Since Luka's debut in LA, the Lakers are a +117 in point differential. In that same time, the Mavericks are a -125. Not only did Dallas mortgage their future, they inadvertently sacrificed the present. And to literally add insult to injury, the Mavericks front office and ownership has taken zero accountability for the shoddy decisions they've made throughout all of this. In fact, they've doubled down, insisting Luka was not fit to be the future of their franchise. But the real kicker to all of this is that in the one game that we saw how this team was intended to look, they played great. Even after Anthony Davis went down, Kyrie Irving stepped up and played some of the best basketball of his entire career.
I just want to say, I saw in that little quote, I think that's the owner was saying that Luka and all them, I mean, not Luka, Kobe and all them worked super hard and that's why they were good. Yeah, but hey, man, you know, I mean, not say that he's probably works hard as hell, but man, Jokic be, you know, a little overweight sometimes. Still kicking. I will say though, his stuff, he's always like, I don't know, man. Maybe they're right. Maybe that dude who commented was right, man. Because it doesn't hinder Jokic. It never hinders Jokic's game in any way. You could argue that it hinders Luka's game in some ways to be as big as he had gotten. But don't trade the bastard. Yo, what you do is you go ahead and put him in handcuffs, and you get the Dallas PD to arrest him every day when it's not practice, or arrest him for glutton, I guess. That's really the only way. Yeah. Sounds like the damn witch trials. Like it's like a super like stipulate. You can't arrest him. Just find a way. Just I don't know, bruh. Make that brother drink, I don't know, oil or something instead of eating. I don't know. How do you? Yeah, you don't trade the. It's been like a month and a half. We know you don't. That's crazy though. It feels like it's almost been like a lifetime since he got traded, but also it feels like it's been 2 weeks.
Averaging 31 and 6 a game and carrying the offense.
Hey, that low clip. If Luka was smoking crack, I'd still pay. That low clip is so funny. Oh my god.
Load for Dallas. But to pull this off, the Mavs had to play Kyrie far more than he ever has. Over the last month and a half,
he could have been in the back smoking crack.
Kyrie played the most minutes per game of any player in the entire league, not out of desire, but out of necessity. The Mavs needed him to play as much as possible in the absence of Luka and then AD. Over that same time span, in the 5 games Kyrie didn't play and in the one he left early due to injury, the Mavericks went 1-5 and lost by an average margin of more than 20 points. It's impossible to know if Kyrie's injury was exacerbated by the excess minutes he was spending on the court.
Bro, I think that point differential a little hurt by the damn -43. Like, I was looking at these like, damn, these are pretty bad. Like, I look up and they lost by 43. Come on, dog.
But playing an aging 33-year-old injury-prone point guard more minutes than he's ever played before feels like a catalyst. Losing AD in his first game with the team felt like the worst-case scenario. And then Dallas lost half of their roster. And then they lost.
That was the craziest thing about trading Luka because of injury, like could he, you know, don't work because Kyrie is like historically mad injury prone. I know like a lot of times like these dudes, like I think he went like vegan and got like a little bit more, and I'm being honest, like that same thing happened with Chris Paul. Chris Paul had a damn career rejuvenation, barely injured the second he just, I don't know, hey, respect, but if it works for him. And Kyrie did the same damn thing, and it felt like but Kyrie still be injured though a lot. So it's like, why? Why would you? And then you trade him for AD. You trade him for.
The player who was single-handedly keeping them afloat. Which brings us here. And with the Dallas Mavericks team that doesn't share an ounce of DNA with the team that made it to the finals just last season. Now, you hate to see any player get injured, regardless of the circumstance. The health of the players takes precedence over everything else that's going on. But the Mavericks specifically cited Luka's health as a major concern and one of the main reasons why they didn't see a future with him. The fact that directly following these statements, the Mavericks have been hit with one of the worst injury plagues we've seen in recent history, while Luka is absolutely obliterating every team he faces on 2 healthy legs, is a level of irony that is almost too strange to even believe. As if the basketball gods are punishing them for the rash and brazen treatment of their former star. A curse. when in reality, this is the result of trading away your best player, swapping him for a player who is often injured, working your remaining best player into the ground, and stumbling into a stretch of bad luck with absolutely no recourse. Right now, the outcry from Mavericks fans is enough to make anyone want to go and protest with them. You know it's bad when Wizards fans are offering you their condolences. To no fault of their own and against their wishes, in mere months, they went from cheering on Luka and Kyrie in the NBA Finals to watching their team dissipate and be reduced to rubble. And yet, despite their disappointment for how all of this has unfolded, Maverick fans are still as steady and passionate as ever, sticking by a franchise that has completely undermined them and their loyalty. But just this past week, the Mavericks...
That might be the worst part. I'll be honest with you. If my team did this, if the Knicks did this, boy, I'm done. I'm done. Hey, I'm done. That might be the worst part. I'll be honest with you. You should. That's like when champion a toxic relationship. This is worse. That's bad. I don't know, man. This is bad. This is bad.
Offered their fans a token of appreciation, a gift to alleviate the recent betrayal they were put through.
I'm seeing mad high def AD jerseys.
Raising ticket prices 8%. Truly.
I'd stop watching basketball if the Pels traded Herb and Trey. You're all right, Bucko. You get over that. You'll be all right. Oh, he subscribed. Thanks, Nair.
All right. Was good, Clique.
That's good, man.
A masterclass of basketball mismanagement,
Should Knicks equivalent be trading Brunson now?
Headed by the worst trade in modern sports history.
Stop JxmyHighroller again. Respect. Yeah. You know, I was looking reminiscent on there for a moment. I remember that old JxmyHighroller saxophone music. R.I.P. man. Good times. Mavs would like Brunson. Whoa, brother. Whoa, hold on. Slow down now. Slow down. I don't need that. You don't need him back. You don't need him back. You got Dante Exum.